Every morning you wake up, and before you have even decided what matters, your phone has already decided for you. One notification, one message, one email, one urgent request, and suddenly your day is so no longer yours. By evening, you have been busy. You have answered messages, attended meetings, solved problems, handled emergencies, but when you finally sit down and ask yourself, what did I actually do for myself today? There is a silence. Here is the uncomfortable truth. You don't always lose your day because you're lazy. Sometimes you lose your day because you never decided how it would begin. And if you don't create a rhythm for your life, the world will create one for you. Today we are talking about dinacharya, the discipline of creating a rhythm for your day. Not a perfect routine, not a complicated timetable, but a structure strong enough to protect the person you're trying to become. Namaste Karyans, I'm Vanitha Ganeshmurthy, the founder of Karyasiddi Productivity Hub and yours Vedic Karyan Productivity Coach. Welcome back to the Vedic Productivity Talks. This is episode 333, day 15 of our 21-day Race of the Karyan season 3. Over the last few days, we have explored discipline, we have explored tapas, we have spoken about health and whether our body is supporting our ambitions. But here is the challenge: knowing what to do is one thing, creating a life where you actually do it repeatedly is something else. And that's where routine becomes very powerful. Today, we are going to explore the Vedic ideas of Dinacharya and discover how the Karyan can build a routine that does not control their life but supports their purpose. Let's begin. Let me describe a very familiar day. You wake up, you check your phone, you see a message, you reply, then other message comes. Then you remember an email. Then someone calls. Then suddenly it's 11 a.m. And the one thing you wanted to do for yourself still has not happened. So you tell yourself, I'll do it later. But later comes with more work, more requests, more interruptions, more responsibilities, and by the end of the day, your important work becomes tomorrow's important work. Again and again and again. Does that sound familiar? The problem is not always that you do not have enough time. Sometimes the problem is that everything is completed for the time at the same level. Your health, your work, your family, your purpose, your phone, someone else's emergency. Everything enters your day with a structure, and the loudest things wins. The word dinacharya simply refers to a daily rhythm or daily discipline. The deeper wisdom here is something I really want you to understand. Human beings are deeply influenced by repetition. What you repeatedly do becomes familiar. What becomes familiar becomes easier to repeat. And eventually, it becomes part of your identity. Think about that. You don't become disciplined because you had one productivity Monday. You become disciplined because certain action becomes part of the rhythm of your life. The same thing, the same trigger, the same commitment repeated again and again. The routine is simply a decision, and that you no longer have to negotiate every day. And Karyans, that is powerful because imagine how much energy you waste every day deciding, should I exercise? Should I work now? Should I check my phone? Should I sleep? Should I start tomorrow? A routine removes some of those negotiations. An unstructured day makes you reactive. A structured day gives you a better chance to become intentional. But let me make something very clear. A Karyan routine is not about controlling every minute. Life happens, children get sick, client calls, meetings changes, emergency happens. A routine that collapses the moment life changes is not unshakable, it is fragile. So, what do we actually need? We need anchors, not chains, anchors. For example, maybe no matter how busy your day becomes, you protect 20 minutes for moment. Maybe you begin your workday by deciding your one most important task. Maybe you have a fixed moment when you stop and reflect. Maybe you create a boundary around your sleep. These are anchors. The rest of the day can move, but your anchors reminds you no matter what happens, I don't abandon myself. I want you to imagine two leaders, both are busy, both have unpredictable schedules, both have teams, meetings, responsibilities, and problems. The first leader says, my life is too busy for a routine. Every day begins differently. Every priority changes. Every interruption gets immediate attention. The second leader is equally busy, but they have three anchors. Before the chaos begins, they decide what matters during the day. They protect one focused period. At the end of the day, they close the loop and prepare for tomorrow. What do you think feels more in control? The second person does not have fewer responsibility, they simply have a rhythm, and that rhythm protects their attention. Why most routines fail? Now, here is where many people go wrong. They decide from tomorrow my life will completely change. 5 a.m. wake up, 1 hour workout, meditation, reading, journaling, perfect breakfast, deep work, no phone, and by day 3 life happens. The routine breaks. And then they say, I'm not consistent. No, Karyans, maybe the routine was too big for the life you actually live. Don't build a routine for your imaginary life. Build one for the real life. That is where wisdom comes in. Start with what you can sustain, not what looks impressive. So, the Karyan routine formula today, I want you to build your routine around just three anchors. Anchor number one, begin. How do you begin your day? Before the world enters, how do you enter your own day? It could be 5 minutes of silence, a walk, a glass of water, planning your priorities, prayer or reflection. But create a consciousness beginning. Don't let your phone become the first voice for you're here every morning. Anchor number two, focus. Choose one protected period in your day. It could be 25 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour. This is your time for meaningful work. Not messages, not notifications, not reacting. One important action. Because if you don't protect time for what matters, everything else will consume it. Anchor number three, close. Before ending your day, fast and ask, what did I complete? What needs my attention tomorrow? What can I let go to tonight? Then close the day. Don't carry your entire office into your bed. A Karyan knows when to act, and a Karyan always learns when to stop. Today's practice is very simple. Don't redesign your entire life, just create your three Karyan anchors. Point number one, my begin anchor. What will I do before the world takes my attention? Point number two, my focus anchor. What time I will protect for meaningful work? Point number three, my close anchor. How will I consciously end my day? Write them down and practice them for the next 7 days. Not perfectly, consistently. If you miss a day, don't throw away the routine. Return the next day. Remember, an unshakable routine is not one you never break. It's one you know how to return to. Before you leave, I want you to answer this honestly. Who currently controls the rhythm of my day? Is it you or your phone, your notification, or people's priorities, or your habits, your lack of boundaries? Because the way you spend your days slowly becomes the way you spend your life. And a Karyan does not wait for the life to become less busy but before creating discipline. A Karyan creates structure inside the busy life. Karyans, this is exactly why knowledge alone is not enough. You can listen to a podcast and say, yes, I need a routine. But tomorrow morning, the same notification may appear, the same distraction may call you, the same old pattern may return. Transformation happens when knowledge becomes practice. That's why the Vedic Karyan Launchpad is designed around taking these principles and implementing them in real life, not creating the perfect schedule, not copying someone else's routine, but discovering a system that helps you become consistent. Because Ultimately, the goal is not to have a beautiful planner, the goal is to build a life where your actions reflect your purpose. So, today's action before you move to the next task, write down your three anchors: begin, focus, and close. And commit to practicing them for 7 days. Then come back and tell me I created my rhythm. If this episode made you realize that your day has been controlling you instead of intentionally shaping your day, share this episode with someone who is constantly busy but never feels in control. Subscribe to Vedic Productivity Talks, and in the comments, tell me what is the one part of your day you want to take back control of. Tomorrow, we continue our journey of building the Karyan mindset. One Vedic principle, one practical action, one perfect growth every single day. Until then, think like a Karyan, live like a Karyan, raise like a Karyan, one baby step at a time. Jai Hind, Jai Karyan.